Hi, Celine. How you doing?
Hi, Paola. Hi, Francesca. I'm doing well, and you?
We're fine,
Hi,
thanks.
Celine. Good morning.
Okay, so we
Good
are super
morning.
excited to have you, and well, we
Yeah, I'm
are
super excited to be here too. Thank you for having me.
Paola and Francesca, and we are the founders of the Sustainable Mag, a vertical magazine about sustainability. And today we will interview Celine Delaugère, who is the co-founder and CEO of Eva Engines. So we can start immediately with your story because you entered the fashion industry actually as a model, not as an entrepreneur, let's say. So, can you tell us more about your access to the fashion industry and your story?
Yes. So totally. Actually, I knew fashion. I started to know fashion through modeling because I have been modeling for more than 4 years. So I can tell you more about this story. Actually, I was studying computer science and AI, so super far from fashion. At the beginning, I was studying in Paris, and I thought it would be nice to start modeling as a student job and to start to know this industry better. Actually, at that time, I was fascinated about fashion because since I am super young, I was fascinated about fashion, but I didn't know anything about modeling. So actually, I got the chance to get signed with a super big modeling agency, IMG Models, and a few months later, I was working on shows for fashion weeks. I was working for brands in Milan Fashion Week, but also New York, London, and Paris. And it was a great experience because I got the opportunity to meet many very talented people from the industry. I got the opportunity to work with major brands like Hermes or Marni, Salvatore Ferragamo, and many others. And it was, yeah, it was a great experience. I was still studying, so my life at that time was I was preparing for my exams. Then I was going to fashion weeks for like a few weeks, and then back in Paris, I was part-time modeling and part-time studying. So I was doing shootings and working with brands and traveling and then back to courses. So it was really intense. And I actually really enjoyed this time before COVID, before the COVID crisis and before everything. So that's
Well,
about my modeling story.
So, from the catwalk to the office, why did you decide to do this big jump?
Yeah, so actually, when I was modeling, I was observing the fashion industry and I got the opportunity, as I was saying, to meet very talented people from the fashion industry, like major designers, but also major stylists and also people from the communication of the fashion. And at the same time, I was studying AI, artificial intelligence, and computer science. And I was discovering at the same time the fashion and its challenges, and at the same time the technology and the new way of digital communication, etc. And while I was discovering the fashion industry, I realized that the fashion industry was going through a huge transformation already at that time, and that it will get uh, very digital in the future. So I really had this vision and I saw it as a challenge. I think probably quite early because it was before the recent events with the coronavirus crisis. And I thought that I really wanted to be part of the transformation. And I thought that with my tool, which was artificial intelligence, I want to help brands and fashion to transform deeply and to go for a more sustainable and digital way of working and of all the processes. So I decided at that time that I would take part of this transformation. And I understood that for me, it means I want to create my own company and to go back to the office, but also to be part of the action, even if I am in an office.
Wow, congratulations for the project. And because we all know that innovation is essential in order to transform the fashion industry, but it is also essential in order to foster a sustainable development in all the sectors. So we were wondering how the artificial intelligence can transform the fashion industry, not only from the production side, but also from the consumption perspective, because of course the artificial intelligence and robotics can really shape and create a new fashion industry, let's say.
Yeah, so I think the last years we realized that fashion was polluting a lot, that we produce in the fashion industry many items and products, and that they were not useful all the time, that the consumer, they didn't want this kind of product maybe, or maybe that we are producing too many products. So I think in the next years, the challenge is to reduce the waste and to produce less but better. So artificial intelligence needs to be used as a tool for brands and for consumers so brands, they can get to know better the needs of their consumer and produce less but produce better. So in my opinion, brands really need to rethink the creation and production process, and artificial intelligence can be a powerful tool in this way. For example, with our solution at Celines, we allow brands to go from a sketch to a realistic image of a product without producing it. So with this kind of solution, we can think and make decisions before to produce products. And also we can, and also brands can optimize the processes, and artificial intelligence can be a really powerful tool. For example, they can analyze first what their customers want, what their clients want, and what are the trends to produce for the needs of the clients and not overproduce. So I think artificial intelligence can be used in many different ways, but this is the two main things that I can see now, and I'm pretty sure that there are some others too. But right now, brands are really transforming, and they realize that artificial intelligence can be a way to help them in this transformation.
Great. So here the real question is, how can the artificial intelligence foster sustainability? Because today we would like to understand a bit more about what artificial intelligence can do for us in our daily life.
Yeah. So artificial intelligence needs to be seen as a tool, actually, which helps to do and to analyze many data, and then to do very specific tasks. And very fast. So for example, at Eva Engines, we have trained an artificial intelligence to know how to put textures on a picture from a sketch. And this can help to visualize textures without to produce the garments. Or for example, you can also train an AI to recognize a specific kind of texture on a picture without having the real object in front of you, and it will help us actually to do very specific tasks very fast. So at Eva Engines, our platform for brands allows to go from a sketch, so a product sketch, and to instantly, in a few seconds, generate a super realistic rendering. So you can see how the product will look like without producing it. And this can really help brands to become more sustainable, because first, they don't have to waste so much fabric and to produce before to get their orders. And second, they can make better decisions and decide to cancel less products, but just to product after they have some demand. So this is something that, AI can foster sustainability in this way, for example.
Wow, the solution that you offer is really amazing, and it's really powerful, actually. So, for sure, it really can help sustainability and sustainable development in the fashion industry primarily, but also in the other sectors. But how is the market reacting, and how are the companies reacting to these innovative technologies? Because we all know that fashion industry is one of the most polluting industry in the world, but at the same time, these innovative technologies are very new, and so not all the brands and all the market are ready to adopt this kind of technologies that are gonna shape and change the entire supply chain, the entire production, and the entire business model. So, what's in your opinion the market reaction?
Yeah, it's a very interesting question. So actually, I have a very concrete example. A few years ago, something like 5 years ago, so at that time I was a fashion model and a student, and I asked a designer of a very luxury famous brand how is he designing products. So actually, it's an accessory. It's an accessory designer, bag designer, shoe designer. So focused on leather goods products, and a very talented designer. So I asked him, how do you usually design your products? And what he told me was that he really needed a pencil and a paper. And I asked him, really, but you don't think that digital tools can help you in the future? And he was like, no, I don't think so. I really need my pencil and my paper. So actually, 1 year ago, I saw him again and asked him many questions about how is he now working. And he told me, actually, now I am using Illustrator and Photoshop a lot, and I discovered that these digital tools can really help me in my everyday work. And actually, I was very surprised, because I thought, yeah, why did he change his mind? So what happened? So yeah, this is an example showing that once digital has shown to brands and to designers and to actors of the fashion industry that they can help them, I think they can realize it and then use it. But it's a long process. which is accelerating now, especially since the coronavirus crisis, because we had no choice. We had to use digital. Today we are in a digital conference, and that's the new way of communication. Of course, we still need to do real meetings in real life, etc. But digital can help, and I think brands are starting to realize that. So, and also I think that they now realize that digital can be a tool to help them to become more sustainable. And I really see brands and actors of brands taking actions in this way and accelerating also in this way. So yeah, I'm quite optimistic that I think that fashion and digital together creates a more sustainable world.
Great. So it is quite clear what is your vision on the future direction of the fashion system. But now we would like to ask you, what is your vision? How do you envision the future of the fashion industry in the next 10 years?
So actually, I think that fashion now is facing many challenges, as we said before. And my vision, so yeah, there is the digital challenge, there is the sustainable challenge, and I really think that the main focus for brands now needs to be to reduce the gap between the consumers and the brands. So if brands, they get to know more and more the demand and the trends and the consumers' needs, they will produce better and choose more sustainable process, even if they can be expensive, because they will have the opportunity to produce better and to know better what their consumer wants. So my vision is that the fashion industry is transforming in a more digital and more sustainable way, and that they have to reduce the gap between the consumers and the brands.
Great, and let's hope that the brands go in this direction, and technology and digital can really help also in reducing this gap, and also with new tools of interaction and engagement with the customers. So for sure, they will be essential and crucial for strengthening the relationship that these brands have with the consumer. So thank you very much, Celine. It was a pleasure to have you, and we're really happy to interview and to tell stories about people like you that are really contributing to this change towards a more sustainable future, and especially a more sustainable fashion industry. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Celine.
Thank you, Paola and Francesca. It was a pleasure to be here with the Sustainable Mag. And I'm very happy to see that we are now building a better fashion world in a more sustainable and digital way. So make sure everyone also to follow Eva Engines on our social media, because we post a lot actually about digital and sustainable and fashion, of course.
Thank you so much, and good luck with your project.
Thank you.
you.